Peace everybody, Reaction Overlord, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we might have some great news on Jonathan Majors' behalf. His lawyers are saying that they have video evidence that prove that Jonathan Majors are innocent. Now this is all coming from the Insider.com, where they titled "Lawyers for Marvel's Jonathan Majors blames NYPD racism for his domestic violence arrest." So we're going to dive right into it and see what they're talking about, because we all know Jonathan Majors, he is playing the Phase 5 ultimate villain, King the Conqueror, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this can all change if he is found to be guilty. Everything that happens from here on out is either build up good for his case or build up against him. So let's dive right into this article and see what they're talking about. Now, in the sense that Jonathan Majors appeared with his new girlfriend Megan Good Tuesday in Manhattan courtroom, where a judge set an August 3rd trial date for domestic violence arrest that has grounded his skyrocketing movie career for the past 3 months. The Marvel star wore a rumpled down linen suit over a white dress shirt and did not speak during or after the 5-minute hearing, except to say good morning to the judge. His lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, told Insider that the star had hoped the misdemeanor assault charges would be dropped by Manhattan prosecutors, but she said that Majors was still eager to prove his innocence to a jury. Majors is known to be movie audiences as the Marvel supervillain King the Conqueror, and also stars as the boxing prodigy in Creed 3, which was released in theaters in earlier March in the last movie role. It was just 3 weeks later that Majors was arrested on suspicion of hitting his then-girlfriend Grace Jabari in a fight on a Chinatown street corner. Ms. Jabari claims that Mr. Majors assaulted her in a car in Chinatown around 12 a.m. on March 25, 2023, and during this incident Mr. Majors broke her finger and lacerated her ear. Chaudhry wrote in a letter to Manhattan Criminal Court Judge Rachel S. Pauley that was released April 8th. "We have proof that this is a complete lie," Chaudhry told the judge, detailing a trove of defense eyewitnesses interviews, phone records, credit card statements, and hours of surveillance and police body cam video. Chaudhry alleged in the letter that this evidence suggested that Jabari injured herself some 7 hours after the midnight fight, when Jabari took a fall while alone in Major's penthouse apartment after drinking and taking sleeping pills. The evidence Chaudhry shared with Insider did not show how Jabari was injured or the entirety of the fight between Jabari and Majors that is at the center of the misdemeanor charges. It did, however, appear to support the lawyer's contention that Jabari's ear and finger were injured in the hours after the fight. Chaudhry continued in the letter that Jabari had said "I don't know" 19 times when asked by arriving medics and cops how she was injured, citing police body-worn camera footage taken at the penthouse and turned over to the defense by prosecutors. The letter alleges that NYPD footage showed the lead officer coaching Mr. Jabari to accuse Mr. Majors of assault. She said in the letter that the arrest was racist and showed that the officers questioning among themselves how Majors, who they didn't recognize as a famous actor, could afford to live in a luxe penthouse. Chaudhry told Insider that all 6 of the responding officers were white, even though Mr. Jabari admitted to drinking to the point of throwing up, taking sleeping pills, and having no idea how she woke up in a closet with a cut on her head and injured finger. The police jumped to the conclusion that Mr. Majors must have done this to Mr. Jabari, Chaudhry's letter alleged, citing the NYPD footage. Prosecutors charged Majors with 6 counts of assaulting and 3 counts of harassing Mr. Jabari, a London-based movement coach who had worked alongside Majors on the set of this year's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The NYPD did not respond to a request for comment. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office declined to comment. Efforts to reach Jabari by email and social media were not successful as well, but the cost of this arrest has been high. Majors quickly lost a U.S. Army ad campaign, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Deadline reported that he was also dropped by his talent manager and his PR firm in April. Last week, Disney Plus indefinitely delayed a planned assembled docu-series episode on the making of Quantumania. The release dates of the two upcoming Avenger movies were also delayed a year, according to The Hollywood Reporter. He's heartbroken, Shaji told Insider of Majors. He's watching his career dangle in the wind. Shaji told Insider that the man who drove Majors and Jabari to and from a Brooklyn bar that night was not directly employed by Majors and worked instead for Black Lane, an upscale private black car company. She wrote in the April 8 letter that the man, whose name she asked not to be published, was prepared to testify that Majors never raised his voice or a hand against Jabari as they argued inside his car, or after he pulled the car over and the dispute spilled out into the busy street corner. The driver of the car saw and heard everything the letter said. Street surveillance video reviewed by Insider appears to substantiate at least some of the driver's account and shows Majors repeatedly trying to flee from Jabari as she pulls at his coat. And he's, a big guy, and she's pulling him so hard that she pulls his body into the car, the lawyer said. And you see the coat rip, and he does finally get out, Shaji told Insider. A small group of women who witnessed the fight recognized the star. One of the women jumps on him, hugs him, and asks for a selfie, Shaji said. And he's so nice that he took a selfie with the young lady. At one point in the footage reviewed by Insider, Jabari used both hands to briskly fiddle with her hair. She ties her hair into a knot. If your finger was broken and you went to tie your hair into a knot, it would hurt, the lawyer said. She gathered her hair behind her ear. Your ear was cut and your finger was broken, and you went to do that. You would be like, oh, what happened? She added, but she's totally fine. Shaji told Insider that Majors and the uninjured Jabari parted ways after the fight to embark on two separate and very different evenings. Majors spent the rest of the night at an Upper East Side hotel. The lawyer said phone records showed that he sent Jabari a breakup text before turning off his phone. Jabari meanwhile befriended three of the passersby who witnessed the fight, the lawyer said. The one woman and two men headed to Lucy's, a nearby nightclub. Sergeant said in the letter prosecutors have the contact information for at least one of these witnesses, but have not shared it with the defense, Shaji told Insider. The lawyer alleged in April 8 letter that the video of Lucy showed Jabari dancing and drinking with her new acquaintances and charging their drinks, including rounds of shots and an $800 bottle of champagne, to Major's credit card. Insider has reviewed timestamp video from inside Lucy's nightclub obtained by Shaji. Throughout 2 hours of footage from multiple cameras, Jabari shows no sign of having an injury to her right hand. Instead, she can be seen using her right hand to shuffle through her wallet for the credit card, into her cell phone, pull a menu, drink champagne glasses with her friends, write and hand a note to the DJ, give what appears to be a fist pump into the air on the dance floor, and finally sign a check. At one point in the video, Jabari uses her right hand to push her hair behind her ear, which shows no sign of laceration. Police will see much later that morning when they arrived at the penthouse. Shaji told Insider that the bartender remembered Jabari's British accent and would testify that Jabari was having a great time, that he recalled no bleeding ear or bruised finger. Her finger is not broken and her ear is not lacerated after her fight with Major, the defense lawyer added. And there's all sorts of video evidence on this article that's showing Jabari inside the nightclub dancing and walking up the stairs and on the dance floor and drinking. So I think that they have a lot of evidence that shows that Jonathan Majors could possibly be innocent, but the trial date is set for August 3rd, so we're just gonna have to see. If y'all wanna check it out, I'll leave the description to this article in the description box below. That way y'all can read the full article for yourself, because it's a real lengthy article. You can see that they got different video clips and there's postings on Twitter that you can see her in the nightclub and dancing with her new friend. So it might add up to Jonathan Majors' favor, but that's just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Drop y'all comments down below. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.